YouTube family, what is up everyone? This is the original Grown B, and today I want to talk to you about ranked match. I feel like every game mode should have a purpose. Every game mode should have a goal as to what that game mode is. Like obviously practice mode is for you to get better, but I don't understand what the purpose of ranked match is. Is it solely to be viewed in the rankings by other players? Is it to show us who's the better player? Is it to make each player better? Like, what is it with that particular game mode? Because I really honestly don't get it. Like, ranked mode, for me, especially in Injustice, in most games, but especially in Injustice, ranked mode doesn't tell you which player is better. Ranked mode is not a good method to tell you, nor is it a good method to give you an idea of which player has truly learned the craft of the game, the foundation of what it means to play offense, play defense, wait for the right moments, character knowledge, knowing what character matches up with other characters, and how you can flip a certain matchup to your favor even though it may not technically be your matchup. All that different stuff. Ranked mode doesn't tell you that between two players. All ranked match tells you is that one player gotta win. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Winning one match is the most overrated thing in fighting games. I truly believe that. Now, it's easy to get a win. It's easy to get one win. But that doesn't tell me anything about you as a player. But if you win multiple times, maybe you win multiple times in multiple different ways, and maybe you win with multiple different characters, that tells me something. But ranked match doesn't do that. So let's talk about what ranked match is, especially in Injustice, and it bothers me the most in Injustice, because what's the difference between Injustice 1 and Injustice 2? The gear system. It's the only difference. Other than bringing in these new players, those could have been DLC. But the biggest difference between Injustice 2 and Injustice 1 is the gear system. You have a whole new game mode, the multiverse. But that's a mode that is centered on you going out and you getting gear for the gear system. And then you go into ranked match and all of this stuff becomes disabled. I feel like you should get the benefit of the doubt when you have put the work in to play the game. So if I've spent 300 hours over the past 8 weeks getting all this gear and perfecting my moves and combos with the new abilities that you put in the game, why should I not be able to use those in what is supposed to be the biggest or most important game mode? Ranked match, going out there and trying to compete. That's what ranked match is supposed to be. But we put all this effort into basically getting all this gear and showing how different gear, affects our players, putting in 3 or 4 different loadouts for all these different scenarios, and all of that becomes flat in ranked match. To me, that's flipping the script. They're calling it competitive mode, but I believe it's flipping the script. It's allowing for, if you have put really no effort into the game, then you should be able to at least have a chance against someone who has put tons of effort into the game to get. You're not getting these, there's no way to buy gear. You're not putting like $20 to get a certain amount of gear. You have to play the game. You have to put effort into the game in order to get the gear. So I don't understand why the people who put the most effort and have the best gear have to suffer because maybe someone wants to play ranked mode who doesn't have it. That part just doesn't make sense to me. And it really takes away from me actually playing Injustice 2, because I'm still using Batman. So I could really be on Injustice 1 if it was populated. The other thing that I hate about ranked match is the one and done. Again, anybody can win a match. Anybody can win a match. You can spam, you can get 1 or 2 good combos off, but I don't think that tells you who's better. And maybe that's not the purpose of this game mode. But there's been so many times where I have played a player in ranked match and they beat me, and then we go to private match and I beat them like 10 times. I mean, it's clear that I'm better, but in ranked match, none of that really matters. You just play that one game and it's out. So it makes me feel like ranked match isn't really designed to show you who's better. I think those are my 2 biggest issues when it comes to ranked match. So I kind of want to introduce, I don't want to take away ranked match, but I kind of want to introduce what I think would be a cool game mode that is truly designed and centered on making both players better. Like, wouldn't that be a great game mode if it's geared towards making players better and showing the skill of the player? How many wins you have does not tell me the skill that you have, or showing me my win percentage. Oh, I have a 30% chance of beating this guy, or a 20% chance. That doesn't tell me anything either. So I want to propose, obviously, you know, this is not going to happen, but I want to know what you guys would think about this game mode that I kind of thought of. So in this new game mode that I'm thinking of, everything would be centered around points. And you build points based off the different things that you do in game. Now obviously you'll get points for winning, but that won't be the big focus of the point system. You may get a certain amount of points just for winning, but really the points are going to come from everything else that you do in game. So maybe, you know, you get a certain amount of combos off, or maybe you get a combo of certain duration off, or you know, maybe you are really great defensively, so you countered and you punished on several different opportunities, or you blocked several different methods or mix-ups that your opponent tried to do. So those are different things that are all going to come into play. Maybe you use a variety of interactive attacks that move into your combos. So I'm thinking that all of those different things should come together to ultimately give you a certain amount of points. I'm also thinking that maybe you'll get a certain amount of medals. The game will understand that you are a person that wins mainly off doing combos. So maybe you'll get something like a combo medal, and that will give you a big boost in terms of points, because it'll show that you are actually developing a craft as a player and not just spamming a certain attack or doing something over and over again. You're actually practicing a specific skill set and developing that skill set. There'd be offensive medals, defensive medals, all of those different types of things. And ultimately, you know, winning is gonna matter, but it's not gonna be a get one win and get a big boost in terms of your points. You know, you'll have to win multiple times, win in multiple different ways, and that way you grow as a player, and you get more points. So, and then ultimately everybody will be kind of matched up based on their points. So if you have a certain amount of points, but you also you know, have a certain amount of medals, all of that will go into effect in how you get matched up with different players. Another thing is definitely not one and done. I feel like the one and done aspect of fighting games is, in ranked mode or any mode, it is not suitable for telling you who's better, and it's not suitable for each player to really learn you know, the different crafts of the game. So I think it may be a best of 3 or a first to 3 or a first to 4, you know, something like that, giving each player an opportunity to see the other player and how they play and make adjustments. And when you make adjustments, let's say maybe game 1 you got hit with a low attack, the same low attack 20 times, and in game 2 you don't get hit with that low attack. Maybe you block it every time because you've learned a little bit of that character. You'd get a ton of points for that. These are the type of things that I feel like you should be rewarded for. You know, maybe he beats you with a certain special move, or maybe in one game you had the life lead and you lost it, but in the next game you held them off the whole time and you won in a close game. Those are things that you should get points for. I genuinely feel like getting an opportunity to learn your opponent and using that to your advantage is something that tells you a great deal about your skill level as a player and who you are. And here we are at the end of the video. If you liked it, like it. If you think someone else might like it, share it. And if you want to see more, I really hope that you would subscribe.